Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is the Haves and the Have-Nots Season 6, Episode 1, and the name of this episode is Afraid of Flames. Man, I am so happy that this show is back, and so many things have now taken shape, since the Season 5 finale. So, let me get started. The episode opens up with Jeffrey's in jail, and Justin goes to let him out the cell, calling him Harrington, acting like he's a guard, and telling him to, put his hands behind his back. He takes him to a private room, and as soon as you get in there, he begins to start making moves on Jeffrey, and I'm like, this little damn slut just can't control himself whatsoever. It's like Jeffrey done turned old boy out, and now every time, it's like now all he can think about is jumping on Jeffrey. So, and pretty much Jeffrey's like, what the hell are you doing? And he pretty much, he's saying like, there are cameras in here. He's like, and then like, Justin's like, you don't think I checked for that? The cameras are disconnected. I disconnected them. I'm like, this motherfucker is breaking all kinds of laws and just doing any type of crazy shit you could possibly think of so that he can be with Jeffrey. And Jeffrey's like, look, you need to be talking to your wife right now. What about your wife? And he said, ain't nothing going on with my wife. I'll deal with that when I get there. And Jeffrey's like, are you serious, man? That's your wife. And he's like, yeah, but you're my man. And he's like, excuse me? He says, do you think I went through all of this crap and I'm not going to have you? There you go right there. That motherfucker's crazy. And the way things are looking, if Jeffrey don't comply, Jeffrey gonna be Justin's, next enemy. I mean, after we saw what he did on the season finale, when he pretty much ran Veronica off the road. But more so, Melissa took the heat and ran them off the road. But he kept hitting the back of the car though. And pretty much, Justin is like, you need me, and he's like, And pretty much he just keeps on trying to make moves on Jeffrey, and Jeffrey keeps backing him off. Like, dude, you're doing too much. But then he was saying that, look, you need to let me in, But he says, don't worry, you have nothing to worry about. I handled it. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? But then Jeffrey at first was like, man, I'm just so sorry that my mom did what she did. And he's pretty much like, don't worry about that. I handled that bitch. Jeffrey's like, what the hell did you do? He's like, I took care of it. He's like, what did you do? And he's like, you think I'm going to talk about that up in here? And he's like, well, the cameras are off. He's like, well, that doesn't mean it's a safe place to do this. Oh, but it's a safe place for you to try to suck some dick, though. Really? It's okay for you to play around and, fill up on one of the prisoners, but you can't tell the criminal act that you did against his mom. Not saying Veronica had it coming, because, Veronica's always, she's pretty much the devil in high heels, and she's always doing shit. But at the end of the day, Justin, how the hell you going to talk about, I can't discuss this here, but you can be up there filling up on Jeffrey, because next thing you know, he's talking about something, he's going to take Jeffrey back to his cell, and then all of a sudden he should start kissing on the back of his neck and start filling up and down on his chest, and I'm like, see, Jeffrey, you done screwed up. And in all honesty, I do not feel sorry for Jeffrey's ass, because your damn father told your ass not to go to the damn courthouse, but you're going to go to the damn courthouse with Justin, which gave your mom the ammunition to throw your ass in jail, and you end up taking a fall for Quincy's murder. And so it's like, Jeffrey, you put yourself in this position. So, yeah, hopefully you'll figure something out to get out of it, but right now, Justin got the upper hand. Something that Candace told you not to let happen, but you did. So, it is what it is. Next, we get a scene with, Hannah, Benny, and Catherine come in from the funeral home after they, said their last goodbyes to little Quincy. Hannah's definitely looking very distraught, and Benny's worried about her, but she's not really talking. She's pretty much saying that she's okay, she's fine. you know, and she's not really trying to deal with, she's not really trying to, you know, talk too much about it. But eventually, like, Benny was like, look, I know you keep telling me not to worry, but I'm going to keep worrying anyway because that's what I do. And, you know, we see that Catherine likes Benny because she sees that Benny is such a good son. So Benny says he's going to go in the kitchen, which he does. And Hannah and Catherine start talking. And Catherine's letting her know that, you know, just take the advice that you gave me, you know, pray for waves, because the grief is going to come in waves. And she's like, yeah, you're right about that. And she's like, and she says, you need to keep on praying. She's like, it's hard for me to pray right now. She's like, I know, but eventually things will come. And but she's like, but at least now you got a house of your own and everything. She's like, oh, I can't have this. I'm like, here go Hannah again, you know, trying to, oh, I don't need this. I can do this on my own. I can do this. I can do that. And you know, this time Catherine wasn't having it. Hannah was like, you know, Catherine was like, look, this is your pride talking, which it is. Her dumb ass, her crazy ass pride, when really you need all the help you can get. And then she's like, well, I want to have my own money. I'm not used to people giving me stuff. And then Catherine's like, well, come work for me. I got this new maid at the house. You can train her of how to like, you know, of how to like manage her job. And she's like, oh, I don't want to do that. What other ideas you got, Hannah? Really? That's the thing about Hannah. Hannah gets on my nerves so much sometimes because she's so self-righteous and she gets very full of herself, and she don't want to check the reality that, look, God is blessing you, but you rejecting the blessing because you're so full of yourself. But Catherine pretty much told her that, look, you know, you now have a place that's safe. You know, it's definitely enough room for you guys here, and it's yours. Don't worry about it. And she was saying that there's like a leak in the sink, and she's like, look, I'll call the repairman. He'll come and fix it and everything. And then it kind of makes Hannah feel some kind of way because she said that if we would have had this a lot sooner, he would have been safe. And I actually said that a few episodes back, like I think last season when I said that she offered her a rental property a long time ago while they were staying at the hotel before. And Hannah said no. If she would have taken that, little Quincy would be alive. Not saying it's not Hannah. I'm not saying it's Hannah's fault that he's dead, but unbeknownst to her, you kind of put him in that position where what happened took place. Then we actually see that Mitch shows up. Mitch offers his condolences to Hannah, and then he says for Mitch to go in the kitchen. He needs to talk to him. Oh, yeah, and you also kind of tell that he kind of looked at Catherine some kind of way because, you know, Catherine was flirting with him at the hospital. But he just kind of gave Catherine a look, but he didn't say too much. So they go in the kitchen and talk, and Benny is asking for real. Because he lets him know that, and like, you know, Mitch is like, so how'd you guys get this place? And then he tells him that, oh yeah, the Cryers gave it to us. And he's like, but I don't trust them. And like, Mitch is like, well, Mrs. Cryer seems like she's nice. And then he's like, yeah, so nice that she covered up for her son when he actually hit me with a car. So yeah, I don't trust their asses. I mean, as soon as we don't do what they want, they're gonna throw us right back out in the street. And I'm not taking no chances. So look. He pretty much shows he pretty much shows Mitch his picture of this new tow truck, and he says he wants to get this tow truck so they can get their business back up and running. But he wants for him to get a loan from his family. Now, Benny, here it is. You always talking about your sister making these kind of moves, but here it is. You doing the same shit. You pretty much making a deal with the devil because you literally asking to borrow money from the mob. And Mitch is telling him you don't want to go down this road because once you borrow from them, it's interest and then some. And if you don't actually play their game, you're gonna end up dead, buried, and stinking somewhere. But Benny's like, well, I don't have no options. Like, I'm just gonna do this. You know, we need to get this loan and we need to get our business back up and running, and everything's gonna be fine. You know, and I have you with me, and everything's gonna be good. But Mitch told him again, if you fuck this up and my family's ready to do something to you, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do to help you. But then he's like, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just get this done. I'm like, So here it is. You always talking about Candace this and Candace that, and Candace doing all her grimy shit, but now you doing some grimy shit because you know his family is a part of the mob, but yet you want them to, but you pretty much want to get a loan from them, thinking there ain't going to be no interest on your ass. So, again, Benny is doing the most dumbest thing he can possibly do. Got good intentions, but wrong motive and wrong plan. Because fucking with the Malones, you know, that can be the end of you. So after that, we see that Candace at the Artesian Hotel, she gets this rich guy, well, looks like this guy as a trick or whatever. They about to get it on, and she's like, how much do you think I cost? So he pretty much, you know, she says, give me your wallet. And he gives her his wallet, and it's $1,800. And then she's like, this ain't enough. And he's like, what the hell you mean it's not enough? This $1,800. She's like, look at me. You think you can sleep with me with just $1,800? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, you ain't sleeping with me, fool. And she's like, you've been robbed, so you need to just get the hell up out of here. And he's like, you bitch, you think I'm just going to let you rob me like that? And she's like, yeah, because from the look on your hand, I see that there's, you know, there's a tan by the wedding band. So, yeah, you don't want to mess with me because I can ruin everything for you. So you might want to get home, you know, to your wife and just realize you just got took. It is what it is. And then he's like, I ain't gonna forget this bitch. And he ends up running out. And then Benny comes in. So Benny sees she got a damn trick, and all of a sudden Benny's like, so what the hell, Candy? She turning tricks now? And she's like, and what the hell does that got to do with you? I'm taking care of myself like I always done. What the hell do you want, Benny? And then Benny's like trying to talk to her, saying that, look, you need to you need to come home, and, you know, everybody's grieving. I know you upset. I know you're grieving, you know, but we're your family. We should be with each other. Mom got this nice house, and we need to go be together. He said, she's like, I will never be around that woman ever again. And she's like, it's not her fault. She's like, why isn't it? And he's like, look, you know, and like he's saying that, look, I know you're still upset about Q dying. You know, we all upset. And she's saying, oh, so, and she was like, well, I'm his mom, so you wouldn't understand. And he's like, oh, so because, you know, he was just my nephew, you think I don't hurt just as much as you? And she's pretty much telling Benny, just get the hell out of here. Just leave me the hell alone. I got work to do. I ain't got time for this. She's like, why do you keep doing this to yourself, Candace? Why do you keep putting yourself in these positions? Why can't you just let us in and let us be a family and all this shit? And I'm like, okay, you're talking about her tricking, but what the fuck you just do by deciding to take a loan from the Malones though? You just literally made yourself a target for the Malones and shit, and you talking about Candace tricking. Like what you doing is any fucking better. See, Benny be getting on my nerves with his bullshit too. So they're going back and forth or whatever, and then Candace gets to the point, it's like, get the hell out of here, leave me the hell alone. And as far as my family was cremated yesterday. And he's like, Candace, why would you say that? Because she says, that's exactly how I feel. It is what it is. I'm done. I'm on my own. I'm handling my business, and I'm getting sick of you always trying to be in my business. And so he says, you need to go. He's like, oh, well, now I know what you're doing. I definitely ain't leaving. I ain't going nowhere. And she initially gets his ass to go, and she pushes his ass out the door. And then, before he leaves, he's like, but Candace, you the one who started this. You up here getting mad at everybody, but you started this. And she says, yeah, and I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to take everybody out. Everyone that has did me wrong. Hannah, Jim, and David. They're all gonna feel my wrath. And then she pretty much, kicked Benny out, and Benny ends up leaving. Then, the funny thing is that downstairs, Jim is having an issue with his credit card, because before Catherine left Hannah's, she got a call from this dude named Broderick, and we come to find out that she canceled all of Jim's credit cards. So Jim has been kicked out of the Artesian Hotel. And we actually see Jim there, and he's mad as shit because he's asking them to run his credit card, and it's not taken. And the guy ran it 4 times. So Jim was like, "Give me your manager." And he calls over the manager, and the manager is Broderick, the guy that was on the phone with Catherine. And he pretty much said that, what is going on here? Well, he says, well, according to this, it's saying that your card is declined, sir. Do you have another form of payment or whatever? And Jim just, because Jim is so arrogant and so full of himself, he always brings out his entitlement. He's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who owns this place? And he was saying, yeah, the Baquette group. Like, yeah. And do you know who's a part of that? Me and my wife. Me and my wife own 70% of the shares of that group. And, my wife and myself. And then all of a sudden, Catherine's like, oh, is that right? And so we see Catherine then showed up. Him and Catherine go back and forth. She's like, my card is declined. What the hell's going on? She's like, pretty much, I'm getting a divorce. And I pretty much made sure that our assets were separate. So I took what was mine, and you have what's yours. And we just had to work things out in the divorce proceedings. But we're getting a divorce, and you won't sign the papers, so you're not going to use any more of my money. You have been out, and it is what it is. And then Jim is like, well, what am I supposed to do for money? She said, you're resourceful. Hell, you like to lay down with whores. Won't you take laying down for a change and see how lucky you get? Like, she just was giving no fucks about Jim's situation. And then she's like, but then he's saying that, do you realize what has happened? What we've been a part of? What you recently did? Like, are you serious? You think divorcing me is a smart thing to do? There's a certain thing called spousal privilege that me being your husband, I won't testify against you. You actually think I won't do that now that you're divorcing me? And she's like, do what you gotta do. I don't care. And he's like, well, that's the problem, Kate. You don't care. That's what's wrong with you. She's like, look, I'll give you $250,000, and we can just kind of like go from there. And he's like, man, you ain't gonna buy me off with no $250,000. I'm not taking it. No can do. And he's saying that, look, I'm going to let you know something, Catherine. You better stop playing these games with me, or the old Jim is going to, take you out to the woodshed. And she's like, ooh, I look forward to it. So pretty much, she asks him for Wyatt's address, but he won't give her the address. So she's like, okay, fine, well, the front door you go. I'm through. Then we also get a short clip of Oscar. He's still trailing Wyatt and Wyatt's account, and he actually sees, Laquita's ghetto ass at the ATM trying to use Wyatt's card. He alerts the authorities, and they come and arrest her ass. So I thought that was pretty funny. Then we get a scene between Wyatt and Anna. Anna knows something, shook him up when he was at the park. Because remember, during the season finale, we saw that they were at the park, and Wyatt, got bumped by this priest, and immediately that just immediately made him go into shock in a way, where just everything got thrown off. And Hannah knows that something's not right, because all of a sudden he wants to use again. He was in a good space, and now he's back in the space where he wants to continue where he wants to do what he's normally done, take drugs. And she's like, you need to tell me what happened. What happened within this short period of time that makes you want to use again? Because you were fine before. So what happened? At first he's hesitant, but then he lets her know that he ran into Father Keena. And she's like, okay, who is Father Keena? What's going on with that? She says, when I was younger, they took me in the basement, and a group of these priests started to molest me, and they wouldn't stop. And he's saying that, look, I want to use so bad, but, Anna's like, we're not having that. We're not going down that road. And then we see that this information is making Anna emotional. And eventually she said that, he keeps saying that, like, I want to use. She's like, no, we're not using. We're healing. And we see that she starts to tear up and everything, and he picks it up. He's like, oh my God, did this happen to you too, Anna? And she tells him, yeah, my aunt. So they both get emotional, they hug, and the next thing you know, Wyatt starts putting the moves on her. She's like, no, we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do it like this. And the next thing you know, he just pulls her in, they start kissing and making out. So, yeah. So finally, we see that, yeah, Wyatt and Anna done got it on. And we're going to see what's going to happen in the aftermath of that. Because it's like, girl, you just kind of like breached, the patient and, doctor, relationship. Now you done got too close to your clients. We can definitely tell from the beginning she wanted his ass anyway. It's just that now she finally got him. So then we get a scene, David and Erica. David takes Erica out to this beautiful mansion, and turns out that was the mansion that David bought after Veronica burnt down the house. He thought him and Veronica were going to be together, and that was going to be the new house they were going to move in, but he never got a chance to show it to her because Veronica had got a house of her own, separating herself from David. And then, if anything, this is blowing Erica away. She's like, oh my God, you have this big-ass house and yet you live in a condo? What's this? And she says that, look, this is too... And he's like, look, this is a big-ass house for me to live in by myself, but I would feel better living here if you were living here with me. And she's like, I can't do this, David. Like, we just met, But he's like, look, just say yes. Let me help you, I know you don't live, I know I don't know you that, she's like, we haven't even known each other that long. He's like, yeah, but I enjoy being around you, and from the time I've been around you, I know I can live with you, I know I could be with you. So, just say yes. Just say yes. And she says yes and everything, but she's like, but what about clothes and all that? All I have is the clothes on my back. He gives her the card, and he's like, look, here it is, you can get you a whole new wardrobe. Just buy whatever you want. Just 2 words. And she was like, thank you. He's like, no. I want the full first and last name of your ex. I'm like, David ain't gonna let this go. And personally, I'm thinking, I could be completely wrong, but I am seriously thinking that David is kind of setting a trap, for Erica, because I think David right now is kind of sketchy as to why she won't mention her ex, and it's just not sitting with him well. Even though he likes her and he's doing all this stuff for her, I think he's trying to pull her in to see how much more he can get out of her. But she's saying that, I don't want to get you involved, I don't want to talk about this, I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. So it's like, well, okay, we'll go in the kitchen and actually, look around. Next thing you know, we see Jim's ass comes in, and he just coming in looking fucking pathetic because his whole red carpet has been ripped from under him. So he's pretty much, mad as hell. He's like telling David that he needs his credit card. I got kicked out of the Artesian Hotel. That bitch canceled my credit cards. Now I need you to go call the Artesian Hotel and make a reservation in your name so that I can stay there. And he was like, she's beginning to piss me off. I thought I'd give her a little bit of space, but now she's doing the most. And then he was saying that, the situation with the DA and Mama Rose, we need to get on top of that. And, David's like, well, I don't know about Mama Rose because she's not answering any of my calls. And Jim was like, yeah, she's not answering my calls either. But he's like, but I know a way we can get to her. We can get to her through Hannah's son, because Denny and Mitch are very close. And, you know, Mitch is Mama Rose's grandson, so we can work the angle there. And, you know, because it's because of two of them that all of this has started. So why not, you know, we get in with them to you know, to get Mama Rose back on our team. And then he was like, okay. And then Jim was like, okay, fine, I'll talk to Hannah. He's like, do you know that she gave Hannah one of her rental properties? Yeah, the bitch put her maid in a nice condominium, but got me out here on the street. She got me messed up. And and then he's pretty much saying that, so won't you give me a tour of the house? And he's like, I can't give you a tour of the house. I got somebody here. He's like, oh, you really like this one, huh? Let me meet her, man. Let me meet her. I'm like, yeah, David was smart enough to let her meet him because, you know, Jim's a hoe. And Jim sees that she's pretty, Jim gonna find a way to get at her. You know, that's how Jim is. So they pretty much go back and forth, and pretty much he's still asking for the credit card. David gives him money. He's like, the credit card. He's like, why do you want the credit card so much? He's like, you gave her the credit card, huh? And he's like, well, why would you think I do that? He says, the reason why any man would give a woman a credit card, she must be a hot piece of ass. I'm like, Jim, you don't get your slutty ass up out of here. That's the reason why you ain't got no money right now. That's one of the reasons why you've been cheating on Catherine the whole damn time you've been married to her. So, and she was like, you know what? Just get the hell up out of here. She said, just give the artesian my credit card number, and you should be good. And then we get the ending episode. We get the actual accident that took place with Veronica and Melissa. Melissa is able to free herself out the car, but Veronica is stuck. And she's like, help me! Melissa, help me! She's like, and Melissa's like, die, bitch. She's like, help me! What are you doing? She's like, you're the devil. Why are you afraid of the flames, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and watch you die. And all of a sudden, she starts smelling gas, and we start seeing the smoke. So, yeah, the car's about to catch on fire. So, Veronica could actually explode, and she's stuck and she can't get out. And Melissa's just out there sitting, watching her struggle. So, this is going to be really good, y'all. So, I'm so happy that the Have and Have-Nots is back, and I'm seriously getting my life. So, that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on my social platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You know, yeah, definitely follow me on all my social platforms. They're listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I'll be back with the next episode of the Haves and the Have-Nots. So until then, everybody, take care.